before we get into the video, I'm just going to tell you that this video was filmed a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and that was before I actually had a full bottle of this. This video I'm going to be talking about a fragrance that's kind of a new discovery to me, but at the time I filmed it, I didn't actually own a full bottle. So since I've filmed this video, it's taken me a while to actually get around to editing it. I did actually buy a bottle online and I have a full bottle here, so I'll just put this little clip here before I actually get into the video so you can see. So the actual fragrance is called Siesta Drive by Navitus, and comes in like this little fancy box like this, and if you actually open it, you'll see that the top lifts up just like this. So it is a very over-designed box, but I like it. That's about what you would expect from a niche brand like Navitus, and I'm not sure what this little card is in the back, but the bottle does actually come out like this. And it's got this nice little holder like that, so if you wanted to, you could just keep it on your shelf or something like this in its box like that, and that would be a nice little stand for it. So the actual bottle, it's kind of frosted glass. I do like the frosted glass look, and the bottle in pictures looks a little basic, but what you have is a nice metal lid with some fingerprints on it. The atomizer on this, I don't really like the atomizer because I think it is pressurized and it doesn't actually spray that well. We'll see if I can get a nice little spray for you on camera. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it kind of goes so it kind of comes out quite slow and then keeps going a little bit, like a split second after you take your finger off. There's still like a little bit of pressure in there. Well, I don't really like the atomizer. It's not a bad atomizer for a niche fragrance. And that's about the bottle you'll get here anyway. And then I'll basically get into the video in a minute and talk about this fragrance for you. So keep watching. Yo, what is up guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about a niche fragrance that I forgot to cover in my last video or two videos by now. I uploaded the video a few days ago, but it was called Niche or Nah. And it was just basically me blind testing a bunch of niche fragrances, and I forgot one of them, which was probably the best niche fragrance out of all of them. So I kind of feel bad about that. So this is going to get its own little review separately from the others. So this fragrance is actually by quite an underrated house actually that doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like the brand called Navitus, they're on the more affordable side of niche. This fragrance in particular, you can actually pick up for an affordable price. For a niche fragrance, it is quite affordable. Okay, so what fragrance is it? It's called Siesta Drive by Navitus. I'll show you the bottle. It's called Siesta Drive by Navitus Parfums. Now, this fragrance in particular is made by one of my favorite perfumers. His name is Dominique Ropion, who made fragrances like YSL White, EDP. I believe he made YSL Loam, and he also made Ralph's Club. Sorry, couldn't think of it, but he made Ralph's Club and a bunch of others. He's got heaps of fragrances under his name, but mainly he does female fragrances. So it'd be interesting to dive into his unisex and male fragrances. So this one in particular, Siesta Drive by Navitus, it's a delicious citrus and vanilla combination, right? So this particular combination, nothing that hasn't really been done before, except he's got his own little twist on it. So you'll see what I mean. This is lemon and vanilla, typical kind of DNA that you would see in Allure Home Sport. I think this is almost like Navitus, their little version of like Xerjoff Uden. Xerjoff Uden is like Xerjoff's version of Chanel's Allure Home Sport. So they're very similar in their own ways, but also very different in their own ways too. Siesta Drive, I can say, is probably the best out of all the citrus vanilla type scents. What you get in the notes, I have it written down on my computer. I'm looking at the notes right now. It's bergamot, lemon, lime, grapefruit, mandarin, petitgreen, lemongrass, and ginger. They've basically thrown in every single thing that smells like lemon in here. Like lemongrass, ginger, every type of citrus, they've just thrown it in here. Want some lime? They threw it in there. Grapefruit, they threw it in there. Already, you can tell it's going to be a very citrus fragrance because they threw like every citrus in here. But what makes this great? Vanilla. It's got mascarpone cheese. And I thought that was probably the strangest thing about this is it has a cheese note. If you don't know what mascarpone is, it's basically what they make cheesecake out of. So it's a very sweet kind of creamy cheese. This, as you would think, it's almost like looking at a cheesecake recipe. Lemon, vanilla, cream cheese. Does it smell like a lemon cheesecake or a French cheesecake? Absolutely, it does, and that's exactly why I love it, because I love cheesecake. But you would think cheesecake would be too sweet, right? Well, this is not too sweet. This, because there's so much citrus in here, you really have like a very, very fresh, while also being sweet at the same time, kind of balance. So it is perfectly balanced here. This is like master perfumery right here. Credit to Dominique Ropion for making this incredible scent. This is probably one of my favorite scents I've ever smelled in my whole life. And it just blows away so many other fragrances. Like, I thought Allure Home Sport was good, but this is on a whole nother level, guys. So if you've never heard of Siesta Drive by Navitus, it may just be the best perfume you've never heard of, okay? So besides that, there's not too much else going on really. I mean, it's just lemon, vanilla, cheese, cream cheese. But if you look at the notes on here, it does say it's got juniper, it's got geranium, it's got vetiver, it's got pink pepper, but you don't really smell them in here, okay? Just imagine this is like a lemon cheesecake kind of scent. For everyone, it's not going to be your cup of tea, right? I know there's a lot of people that don't want to smell like a cheesecake, but trust me, it's better than it sounds. Like, if a woman smells this on you, she's gonna be very addicted to you, okay? It's like hard to explain, but I am addicted to this scent, smelling it. I can only imagine what a girl is gonna do when she smells this. And you know, I actually let my sister test it because I wanted a female's perspective, like, does a girl like this fragrance as much as I like? And my sister, she likes it, guys. So it's approved by women. Really solid scent. I'd just say performance is actually really good too. So Allure Home Sport and all those kind of fragrances, they actually do have good performance anyway. But the price of this isn't actually that much more than like Allure Home Sport. You may be looking at like in your $200 range. So this is like just over $200, I think. But it's definitely like cheaper than all your other niche fragrances. And I know that some Chanel fragrances can go for like pretty close to $200 anyway. Like in like the in between $100 and $200 range is like where the Chanel fragrances usually are. I mean, if you are gonna pay for a Chanel fragrance like Allure Home Sport, you may even consider looking at something like a Navitus fragrance such as this, like Siesta Drive. Highly recommend it, definitely worth your money. I'm definitely going to buy a bottle of this, and this is just easily slipped into my top favorite fragrances, sorry. It's just that amazing, and I feel like I have to hype it up. I have to give it some hype because no one's talking about this, and it's possibly the most underrated gem right now. But there is a catch. For the more mature men out there, the guys that want to seem more masculine, this is more of a unisex fragrance. Like I said, women can wear this. It's not going to be your very masculine fragrance that you're looking for. So it's not going to be for everyone, but it's definitely going to be a safe wear. So if you just want something safe to wear, can't go wrong with this. This is suitable for winter, not just hot weather. Probably would actually avoid this in hot weather because it leans slightly sweet. Great for fall, I was going to say fall. We call it autumn here. Great for autumn, winter, and even like the colder days during spring. This is pretty good. I just can't get enough of this stuff, guys. It's just incredible. That about wraps this review up. I'll try to keep it short, sweet, and simple. Siesta Drive by Navitus. Perfumer Dominique Ropion. Check it out. Peace, guys.